Oh no!
Hello. Yes, you're on camera.
Hey.
Do you want to shut that one off?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yeah,
Can't see
good.
you.
I'm just. This is only my third Q&A live, guys, so you'll have to bear with me if we get any technical difficulties. And I can still hear the music in the background.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can,
yeah.
but it's a little bit
Well,
annoying.
This is our first ever. This is like the first time we've ever shown our face on camera. So
Oh, there you go. I've definitely heard the voices, so that's been brilliant.
if you weren't sure, I'm Nikki.
Hi. Well, I guess that you were Nikki, and obviously this is your other half. I'm guessing, Kirk.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, how are you both? So for those that are new to the channel, just because I have clicked go live this time, so it is actually going live. Last time I did this with Tracy from Teams DB, and we didn't go live for the first 15 minutes, and we were chatting away. And the first 15 minutes, I hadn't hit the go live button, so I've learned the lesson there. But it's a learning curve for me as well, you know, guys. So I've not been doing it that long, but it's great to have you with us. And I'll tell you what. I love watching your videos. They just make me smile. So, and I think that's the same for a lot of people in the community that know of you. And I think it's great to get you on just to share that with a lot of people. So do you want to just start us off by talking to us about what got you into resin? Because I know from chatting to you earlier, you've got lots of other creative outlets that you do as well. What sort of got you into resin and what got you onto YouTube?
Well, let me start again. Right, so I had to take time off work about 18 months ago for ill health. I'm a registered community nurse, so
okay.
And I was sadly sinking into a pit of doom of despair and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And Kirk bought me some rainbow flowers for our anniversary.
Our anniversary, yeah.
And they were just gorgeous. And I'd been like, literally, I mean, I live on YouTube anyway, but I'd been like on YouTube on speed sort of thing. And I said, I want to keep those for like forever. So he bought me a bottle of resin. And that's how it started. That's literally.
Are they like the dyed rainbow flowers, the ones with the different layers where they sort of dye them a certain colour?
Yeah. So each petal was a different colour. They were beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So so I said to her the one day, I've ordered some resin, and she went, "Oh, okay, I'm going to have to do some research." And I think I came back a couple of days later, and she just binge watched everything to do with resin, and then that was it. And then a couple of days later, I think the postman must have knocked on the door about 10 times because there was just Amazon parcel after Amazon parcel.
There may have been a few starter kits. One or two.
I think that's how most of us start, actually, that we buy a starter kit and then normally a cheap one from Temu and then go, oh, actually, I'm sure we can do better than that as we progress.
I couldn't wait the 2 weeks for Temu. This was Amazon Prime. I
think you discovered Temu at that point.
No, I hadn't discovered Temu. I discovered. So during this period of ill health,
I just need to interrupt for a second, Lisa. It's not a Halo. It is my workstation. It's not a black Halo. And look at how clean that is. That took 5 hours today to get that.
Oh my god!
I know, it's amazing. It doesn't stay like that for long.
No, Kirk's doesn't.
I look at it and it gets dirty.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the problem with resin. Sorry, I interrupted.
I couldn't drink because of the tablets that I was on, and then on New Year's Eve, I had 2 glasses of Baileys, and I discovered Temu.
That's dangerous.
And then about 2 weeks later, this huge parcel. It was massive. We were unboxing it for about an hour.
I think you just went in there because I've had one of each.
Yeah, pretty much. One of everything.
Yeah, it was quite an unboxing, that was.
But that was where I discovered glitter.
I've only just discovered glitter, and it's largely thanks to basically I got a package from one of the suppliers that I've got a couple of products what I've tested, and they sent me some laser glitter, and it comes in like 3.5 ounce tubs. And I've always been adamant, and I've had glitter before. I've just never used it. I think, well, I don't want to get down that glitter route. It's not sort of manly enough for me. But do you know what? Some of the effects you can get with it, I'm just mind blown. And it's like, even just one of the best things that I found with it lately is mixing it with like a black resin paste for a background to my blooms. And it's almost like a cosmic galaxy. It is amazing. Hi, Claire, as well. We've got Claire in from Claire's Crafty Corner. Welcome.
Hello, Claire.
Hello, Claire.
We've been chatting to Claire on one of Wendy's premieres, so it's nice to have you here with us as well. We've got Gert in the chat as well, a regular on the channel now. But no, how do you guys find Temu products? With you just mentioning there that when you started, you like bulk ordered everything off Temu.
So Temu... So with Temu, I'd buy a mold any day of the week and twice on a Sunday. I would buy glitter. I've bought glow in the dark colours, but when it came, it wasn't glow in the dark, it was luminance rather than a glow in the dark.
I tried those from Temu and they didn't work for me, the glow in the dark.
Yeah, so I don't think I'd buy colours.
Yeah.
Although I have got some Starry Night stuff coming, haven't I?
Yeah, but the bulk of our stuff is either Let's Resin or
for colours.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favourite is Just Resin. Oh, their purple is to die for.
See, I've been mixing them up, and actually, interesting with the colours. I found the ones from Temu that I ordered where I wanted an effect. So the glow in the dark ones, for example, they don't work unless I shine a UV torch on them. I've ordered them from elsewhere, the quality ones, and they work from elsewhere. But actually, one of my favourite colours was actually from Temu, one that I'm using at the minute. It's like a metallic blue, and it's just, I think I got lucky, and I think that's what I find is, you sometimes get lucky with Temu. I think 50% of the products work. So the molds, some of the cheap molds, I'll hold my hands up. I use them because they're half the price. And if it's like a blue mold that I'm going to use over and over and over again, I can get a new one in 3 months and it saves me 20, 30 quid a mold. So again, I've got some quality ones as well, but you can really tell the difference. And it's like I've got some of the handmade ones from like Into Resin as well. And I think the quality of those, you can just feel the difference when you hold it.
So all of the molds that we've got from Temu go in a big cupboard that's over there. I'm pointing over there because that's where the cupboard is, but it's a big cupboard over there. And like the molds that we've got from Into Resin, they're in a special drawer down here. Special drawer, yeah. And you're not allowed to touch them, are you?
I've never even seen them.
No, he's not allowed to touch them because you have to look after them.
No alcohol, no flames, none of that.
No fingers, nothing.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you can't be trusted.
Well, I've actually got resin all over my fingernails. I don't know if you can see that, but in the tidy up, I didn't realise I had two pieces where I'd mixed my UV resin to black. And I'm sure we've all done that with UV resin. And just left it in the pot, forgot about it basically, and it'd been on my workstation. I went to clean it, and obviously all over my fingers. The sun was shining through the window, and it's curing on my fingernails.
So on your finger.
I'm going to be wearing nail varnish for the next few days.
Yeah, I've done put far too much black in a UV resin.
Yeah, and I found a big difference as well. Don't try the resin pastes in UV resin. It goes too dark too quick. So I found that it only works for me with black and UV resin if I use mica powders and do it gently and then add layers to get it darker.
I either use mica powders or the resin dye.
Yeah.
So.
See, every time I've tried the resin dye, I don't know if it's the one that I've got, but it's too strong. I can't mix it light enough to make the UV work. And again, don't get me wrong, it could be my lamp might not be strong enough. I don't know. But as I say, I'm still learning. So
you can always just put a drop onto your board and then just get a little pin and just put a tiny little bit in first and then mix it.
Yeah, I might try that.
It depends what light you've got. We've got quite
a fair few,
Well, I've got a little one, then I've got a slightly bigger one, and then I've got the resiners one because it's cordless. And the resiners one, whilst I do like it, it's not as powerful as the standard J Diction one that I got when I first started. Yeah, it's not. It isn't as powerful, but
I think they're all very different. I've seen the one that Daniel Cooper uses as well, and that looks amazing. 48 watt one.
The big boy.
Yeah, it does. but I don't,
Yeah.
I don't have room for it, and it's
Yeah.
megabucks.
Yeah,
It's
I've seen that as
megabucks.
well.
And I
And it's
can't.
getting,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't warrant. I
and
can't justify that. All that
and-
glitter I could buy with that money.
but that's the thing. There's always something new. That's what I love about resin. There's always something you haven't tried. There's always a product, always a color, always a flake, something different that you haven't tried before.
Yeah.
And I think that's what keeps you hooked all the time. But yeah,
the
Claire's
type
just saying glitter wins.
when the Tiny Turner stuff came out, I was like, oh, I love that.
Oh, the Tiny Turner stuff.
Yeah,
was beautiful. Yeah.
So what I did is I thought, well, I can't afford that, so I showed Kirk. And then we had lots.
And then I got one of each.
Yeah,
I did actually get one of each.
He literally got one of each. And I was like, oh well, that works.
I've seen some of the sets, and they're like £69, I think, for one of the sets. Which, and again, I looked at the size of the box, which are quite small, but apparently it goes quite a long way.
You need the tiniest amount. I know that I watched. Is Claire from? Oh, she's still here. Okay, don't listen for a sec, Claire. I was watching one video where she used a whole tub on a bowl, and I was there going, "Oh my life! Look at how much she's using!" I was literally like, "Oh, I can't believe
mortified.
it." So when I went to this, I went, I won't use a lot. She did.
Hi, Paula. Don't worry about being late, Paula. We've got Paula in the chat as well. So, talk to me a bit more about your channel then. So, I think I've looked back, obviously, through your channel. You've been going for about 5 months on YouTube. Is that right?
Yeah.
How have you found it from that first video to where you are now?
Well, we're actually doing a montage.
Because we go out at 4 o'clock on a Wednesday, don't we?
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, 4 o'clock, we go out, and Christmas Day is a Wednesday. I'm like, how inconvenient is that? I mean, really? Could they not move
think about
Christmas
that for
Day?
next week as well, because it's going to be Christmas Eve next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Who am I going to get on as a guest on Christmas Eve? But we'll see.
Lula from the Nerdy crew.
Yeah.
Nerdy Goblin.
Everybody's welcome. Claire as well. You're in the chat.
Claire,
Christmas Eve for an hour. Let's get you on.
So we didn't actually intend to do a YouTube video, though, did we? Because we were just doing the resin.
Yeah.
We were just making stuff, and then you watched Daniel Cooper.
Yeah.
And he made a suggestion where you record what you're making, so that if you want to redo it, you can actually look back at the video, see what you did,
and see how you did it.
And
then so we had all these videos that we recorded, and you said we should just do a YouTube channel.
Put them on YouTube.
And
and then we went to Makers, didn't we?
We did.
We went to Makers.
Yeah, we met Claire.
We met Claire, and we met Toonpish, and we met Daniel Cooper.
Yeah.
And they basically said, just do it.
Do
it. And we were like,
So
I think that's the thing. You just not going to worry. You've just got to put it out there. And you know, I thought for me as well, I've got 2 little girls separated from my ex, so I still get them sort of weekends and things like that. But I thought, you know, if something happens to me, it's nice that there's a permanent record, even if it is resin related.
Yeah.
And they can go back and go, do you know what? That's my dad there. And I think that's quite a nice thing.
It absolutely is. Our biggest fans, and I mean our absolute biggest fans, are our granddaughters.
Yeah.
They can quote us
I know,
freakishly word for word. It's really disturbing, but they love it, don't they? They really do. So and
so
it's just
who came up with the concept of your commentaries? Because that's what I love the most, to be honest. I'll watch one of your videos, and to me, it looks like you've recorded the video, and then you both sit there and sort of do the commentary together. Is what it sounds like.
So originally, it was you doing it on your own, wasn't it? And I remember the first one. It took you about 3 or 4 hours to do the recording.
Because I was like, I don't like that, and then I'd go back and I'd re-record it, and then I'd literally re-record it until I was sick of it. And then it was one video, wasn't it?
I think it was the number 7 where we did the coaster challenge, and you went, right, you're coming and doing this with me.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. And then we just we just sat here, made the video, and while we were watching the video, we just had a. Yeah. It's pretty much how we just talk anyway. So it was literally just us sitting there having a conversation.
And you've got one rule, haven't you? And that's one take.
Yeah, I haven't got time to keep doing retakes and that. It's one take, that's it.
There's a video coming up where I actually go, "Hey folks, welcome to the," and I get it completely wrong. I go, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you've got to let me do that again, and he's like, no. And you hear him go, no, that's staying in.
But I tell you what, from speaking to people, they love that genuinely, and it's like, there you go. There's Lisa from Break the Mold Resin Art saying she loves the uniqueness of it, and it's just because it's so human. You know, you can tell it's not scripted. You can just tell it's sort of a loving couple having banter whilst watching a video, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, no, it is, and we it's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
we really enjoy doing it. So if ever there comes a point where we don't enjoy it, we won't do it anymore. We'll do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, but
for right now, it's good fun.
Yeah, and it's as you've heard on most of the videos, it's pretty much you just mocking me.
I don't mock you.
But yeah, it is. It's just, I mean, half the time we don't even talk about what's on the screen. And we're just going off on a complete tangent.
There's one where we were on about Jaffa cakes for a while, isn't there?
That was the
moons.
The BB Craft.
Yeah,
Jaffa cakes. Yeah.
He went through a Jaffa cake fetish after that. Everything was Jaffa cakes.
I'm more of a chocolate chip man myself. I think even better, you know.
Even tea bags, you can get Jaffa cake tea bags.
You can get Jaffa cake flavoured tea bags.
Wow. I've never heard of them, to be fair.
No, not me, but I saw them the other day.
I'm more of a coffee man, though, than tea drinker, so that's probably why. Everybody in the comments is just putting now that actually they love the fact that it's not scripted and they think it's too forced if you script it. So I think carry on doing what you're doing, you know, because if I want to smile as well, and that's the thing, if I'm feeling a bit down and I want to watch a video, I'll watch one of yours just to make me laugh, you know. And that's a great thing to have as an entertainment value.
And it's literally, it's literally just.
But we're a most serious channel.
Yeah, we are.
Very serious.
Resin
artiste channel. You are an artiste.
I'm an artiste.
Indeed. So what? Again, what's the plan with the YouTube channel long term? Are you hoping to sort of grow it to massive scales and do it full time, or what's the plan?
We are going to become multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
No, so the plan for the end of this year was to have a subscriber that wasn't related to us.
That's a good plan.
That was the original. Yeah, that was the original plan.
That was the original plan.
Yeah.
And then about 2 months ago, I said, if we get to 250 by the end of the year, that would be amazing. And we've done that.
Yep.
And then I ran out of plans for the rest of this year. And then so for next year, I said, by the end of next year, I want to show our faces.
Done.
Well, there you go. You like it or not, you've done that.
And I want to be 500 by the end of next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling you're going to smash that goal, if I'm being honest. I think you're being a little bit modest with that goal. Yeah, I think.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think you'll be in the thousands next year if you carry on the way you are.
Then we will be rock stars.
Yeah.
One of the things I found with YouTube, and again, I've had my channel for about 4 years, and don't get me wrong, I don't claim to be a YouTube guru or anything like that. I've just gone over, I think, 7,000 subscribers, but it's taken 4 years to get there. And I think one of the biggest things is over the last few months, I've taken it seriously, and that's the difference. Before, I did it as a bit of a hobby. So before I got into resin, I was very much into wood carving. Now try filming a wood carving video with power tools. That's not fun.
No.
But I did a lot of wood carving and things like that. And I put maybe one video out every couple of months just as a hobby sort of thing. And my channel didn't grow. But since I've taken it seriously and I put sort of 2 to 3 videos out a month and sort of treat it as this 2 to 3 a week, sorry, it just grows naturally because people say, I don't know who this person is. Let's binge watch their content. And I think you're going to find a lot of that over the next 12 months.
Yay.
I think we missed a bit of that. You froze there.
You froze there.
You were like this for a minute.
Oh, sorry. No, I just said I think you two are definitely going to find that over the next year or so. I think you'll find some people that really like the different sort of commentary that you do versus most channels, and will just love to come back and watch that time and time again. So I think you've got a very exciting future for your channel, and I think it's going to be great next year, hopefully. So
that's really nice of you to say.
No, it's good. And you know what? YouTube, I think where it's changing as well is it's not all about Mr. Beast style entertainment videos anymore. It's
Oh,
about
do you know? Yeah,
people wanting to watch real people.
I've been watching YouTube literally since it came out, like avidly. Like we don't watch any normal television at all. We watch YouTube or we stream what series we want. And I genuinely have never watched a Mr. Beast video. Never.
Really?
Doesn't appeal to me. Yeah, it just doesn't. So those types of videos don't appeal to me. And you know the ones where they do the vlogs and they've got the cup of coffee, the perfect cup of coffee and the perfect
background.
Beautiful. Yeah. I genuinely cannot abide those.
Yeah.
Who's in the Gert's a prime example. I love Gert's channel because she's there and she's like, oh, what's the word? Oh, I can't think. Love that because that to me is real.
Was it Alan Rickman?
Alan Rickman. She did a video a couple of weeks ago and she was on about Alan Rickman. She couldn't think of his name, and I was literally screaming at the screen. I had gloves on. I was in the middle of a pour, and I was like, "It's Alan Rickman!" I think I shouldn't be in a minute. You have to take my gloves off and put it in.
I think that's one of the great things, though, and it's like as we get to know each other as well, and that's why I've started to try and do these Q&As. Because I think it's good to get to know the people behind the channels. Because I think that's what makes the resin community different to a lot of other communities on YouTube. It is a community of people that get to know each other. And I think we all know certain things about each other, what to look for in certain videos and things like that. But that's how we all learn. And I think there's so much room in the whole space for people who like to sort of identify with different people to almost learn the same techniques, really. And it's like, again,
different ways of doing it as well.
Journey.
Yeah, definitely. And different color combinations as well. Just like what colors you put together.
Red and blue, obviously.
Red and blue. Everything. You can.
Well, you might want to try. You might want to get him onto what I did about a couple of months ago. I did a blind mica powder challenge bloom.
We were going to do that, yeah.
We've all got like probably 200 different mica powders. Most of us that have been into resin for a while. So I actually, literally, I was going to do it every couple of weeks, but it didn't really take off because nobody got behind it. But I just literally closed my eyes, put all my ones in a packet in one bowl, and then all the tubs in the other. Picked one of each, and I put those two micas in a bloom with a white paste. And I tell you what, it's opened my eyes to different colours. So there was one called dark brown. That was the label. And I'd never, ever think of using a mica powder called dark brown for obvious reasons. But it's one of the nicest colours when you actually mix it. And I just wouldn't have touched that bag because it was called dark brown.
Dark brown, yeah.
Well, do you know, we've got our video that's out next week. I did a wood base and I used a brown mica with eco powder.
Oh,
and it looks like a baby's nappy when you're pouring it. It's disgusting. I was like, we can't put this in the video. It looks... I said the word.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
Don't worry, I had poo emojis all over that video. It was fine. Never gets old, that.
Yeah, but when it was dry, it was really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked
really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, looks can be deceiving.
So what's been the biggest challenge for you resin wise? What do you still have trouble with?
Nothing. I'm amazing.
Yes, dear. Yes, you are.
What do I have trouble with?
What do you have trouble with?
Yeah.
Snowmen.
Shut up. Don't talk
I did see that video actually, but
we do not talk about the snowman.
Stole all the red. That apparently. So
that was it. So those two globes are in our living room.
Yes.
Right.
And she's actually turned my one facing the wall so that she can't actually see it.
Because it was looking at me. It was looking at me, giving me them eyes. I'm not having that. I was like, turn around.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the biggest challenge is, really. I don't really have a challenge because I'm awesome, but you struggle all the time.
Modest as well, from what I've heard on the video. But no, it's one of those things. I think with resin, the more you go, there's still something that you can't quite get. For me, it's waves. I'll be honest with you. Don't get me wrong, I've practiced with them, but it depends what look you want. So I've got quite good at doing like a windy wave where it looks like it's quite stormy, but I can't do the calmer cells. I just can't do it for the love and the money at the minute. And I will get it eventually, but I think that's what you do. You get fixated on one thing.
On one thing, yeah. So I think mine is, I think is it the cloud technique where you put ink into the resin, then you put a bit of white paste, then you put another bit of ink.
Yeah.
And it's supposed
so
to
where
look
you've
like
got to
a
drip the alcohol in
marshmallow.
to get it to the right consistency.
Yeah, and it's supposed to look like a marshmallow effect. I literally can't do that for love nor money. I've tried and tried and tried, and it just doesn't happen. So I just feel I don't want to anymore.
Try a different resin, because one thing I found, when I was struggling with certain techniques, I tried it with a different resin and then it worked. So I found that different resins work better for different projects. And it took me a lot of testing to find that out. But it's like Petri effect. I've got my favorite resins for Petri. I've got my favorite resins for blooms. And I've got my favorite resins for doing canvases now. So I think you just play around with them because
so
I don't think there's one resin that you can do everything with.
Yeah, I haven't done. So we use craft resin at the moment. And I haven't tried it with the craft resin but we were using mold. And I can't do it with the mold. The mold it didn't happen, and I've not tried it since because
it wasn't working for you.
It's just it's too much.
They're all a slightly different consistency as well, and that's the thing. So you've got to think about what consistency is going to work best for that project, and that's the hard thing sometimes. Do you want a thicker one or do you want a thinner one? So it's like some of these Larimer effects and things like that. You try those with a thick resin, they don't tend to work because the white sinks to the bottom.
Just sinks straight
with a runny resin, it's perfect. So it's just sometimes you've just got to think about what resin's best for that project and mix and match. But even different brands.
You did a bloom the other day with a fast curing resin.
Yeah, was that the Christmas tree ornament one?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. How that's it. Yeah. How did you find that with a fast cure? Because it
was really good. And I don't normally do fast cures with my blooms. It's the first time I've started using them, but actually I think they work just as well.
Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out, she only uses Let's Resin fast cure for her blooms, and I mean her blooms are something else, but she only uses the fast cure.
I think it depends what kind of bloom you want as well. And this is me getting all bloomified now. And again, I'm no expert, but every different resin I've tried a bloom with, first of all, you need to learn what the temperature is for that bloom, for that resin, because they're all different. And the thicker the resin, normally the lower the temperature you start at. Otherwise, it doesn't give it enough time to do it.
Yeah.
So you've got to learn the resin. But also, I think sometimes you can get better effects with the non-fast cures and a slightly thinner mix. So if I'm doing an alcohol ink bloom, for example, I would rather not do that with a fast cure because I get a better effect with the standard resin, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it gets more time.
If I'm using mica powders and things that are going to be a bit heavier, where it might sink, then I'm better off using a fast cure because it's less chance of blobbing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's just again, the more you practice with it, the more you learn. And I think that's one of the things I love. And I'm no expert, don't get me wrong. Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out, she is the bloom queen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
She has been for a long time. But I've learned a lot from her and different tips and tricks and things like that. And I think that's the beauty of YouTube. And I think all of us as creators, and Claire, again, great creator on YouTube, the great thing is, I think, is people don't get annoyed if you use one of their techniques, what they've done on their videos. They actually quite like it. And I think that's the good thing. We all want to learn together. And I think that's amazing. And I don't think we'll ever stop because there's always going to be a new resin. There's always going to be a new technique. There's always going to be a new powder, a new additive or whatever.
Yeah. The newest thing at the moment is the glue one, isn't it?
Yeah.
PVA glue.
Yeah. I'm going to have a go at the face hugger coaster.
I've had a couple of ideas with that as well. I've not done one yet, but I've seen the glue technique. Again, that was Daniel Cooper, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of ideas to mix it up because I like to see somebody else's and see what I can add to it to make it a little bit different.
Yeah.
which sometimes works. Sometimes it's horrific.
We've not done a real, like, just go grab a random thing to do an experiment.
Have we not?
No, I don't think so.
Boring?
I put vinegar in the other week. It's not gone live yet, but
that's chips, that's it.
I'm not going to lie. I'm too tight, aren't I? I'm just too tight. If he said, "Oh, I'm going to put vinegar in this resin," I'm like, "Oh, hell you are." You are.
What you would say is, okay, but you can have one that is that thick.
You can have it that's like, you can have that much resin. I'd be like, that's how much you get. Yeah. Do you experiment with that much?
But that's good to test on a small piece first, because I've done that as well, where I've tested something crazy in a big piece and then just wasted 20 ounces of resin, and then you're heartbroken.
Oh, yeah.
I'd sob. I'd actually sob. I'd be there going, oh.
We've watched a few where they've tested. There was one that did water. You got a balloon and put it into the water.
Yeah.
In cast.
Was that Ben's works?
Yeah, but it was massive, and I'm like, what a waste.
Yeah.
I'm like, if he doesn't know what to do with his resin, I'll give him my address.
His are all in like 5-gallon tubs, though, so I think he's got plenty of resin.
It's insane. Yeah, absolutely insane.
But it's just wasteful, and ultimately, it is a plastic that we're putting into the world.
Yeah.
So, if it's, I mean, yeah, I'm not one of those eco warrior people, but we do have to be mindful that what we are creating is going to have an environmental impact. So if you can do it in something this size, why are you doing it in something this size? I just don't. That's just
as
me.
An experiment. I agree.
Yeah.
But what I always do, if something doesn't go right, I've got a little bag. And I reuse it. It's like
you said that you boil it.
Yeah. So one thing I found is like even really thick coasters. So I'll see if I've got one. This one to me didn't really work out. So that was like a bloom that didn't bloom in essence.
Okay.
So you try cutting this with tin snips.
You
might get a little bit off the edge, but that's it. So, but if you put it in boiling water for 4 or 5 minutes, it goes like jelly again. And then you can cut it into little pieces, which you can either put into your black resin and nobody will ever see it. Or you can use it as like terrazzo, I think they call it, where it's like mosaic and tiles, which works really well.
Because I've got a tub. I've got I use Aquacast as my eco resin, and it comes in a 10 kilogram tub, and we've got one full of little bits and pieces. And whenever we make anything, if we can stick a bit in, then we do. Yeah. But some of the pieces are like I've got a couple of coasters in there, and I don't make anything.
We don't make anything big enough to actually put those in.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
so I'll be there tomorrow, boiling away, just boiling it in resin.
Even these, do you know those giant mixing silicone tubs you get, where are like 500 ml tub? I was cleaning earlier, and I peeled this out. Now that's just a bit of resin off the side, but I just thought, do you know what? If I put a UV resin over that with a bit of colour, that looks like coral to me. So I can then reuse that in another piece and get a really cool effect. So it's just, I think it's just about being creative with it, so you don't waste it.
So we've changed. So I up until yesterday, I had a big pyramid. You know the big pyramid mold that you get. So we have one of those, and in there would go all of our cup scrapings. Yeah, and we just leave it there to drip. And like when you've done your pour and you've scraped out every every tiny squeezy bit that you can, then I always just turn the cup upside down on the pyramid. And and a couple of months later, you've got
it's like a drip mold, but a giant one.
Yeah.
So,
and it's just really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a dragon going on at the minute.
We've got dragons going on at the minute.
I've got about 8 to 9 dragons going on. This is one that I demolded today.
I think
that's the mold. That's the one that we've got.
The sleeping dragon
that's
mold.
The one we've got.
Yeah,
but that's mine.
That's your
I think I've got about 12 of these now.
Yeah.
That's the same
That's
mold.
mine because it's glittery. Yeah.
Does yours shift a little bit? Just out of curiosity, does yours, if you fill it to the top, do you find that it tries to come out of the back tail there?
Yeah, it has done there. I don't know if you can see that, but
when it's full to the top, what you'll find, and I don't know why, but it seems like all of these molds, once they get to the top, you'll start getting a drip there. So you need to put a popsicle stick underneath, and then it leans the resin back towards the head.
Yeah,
I did that.
Did you actually when we first got them, because we did a BB Craft, the YouTube program that they do, and we got 2 of them, and you actually did one properly, didn't you?
I did.
With effort.
I actually put some effort into it. Yeah.
You did. It was very pretty. You did a good job.
But never waste it. There's always something you can do with it. You might not think of the idea at that point, but it's like even just scraping your cups and you get things like that. You know, it can all be used or at least thrown back into a big piece. So I'm starting to get onto big pieces now, where I'm doing like 20, 30, 40 ounce pieces. And if one of those goes wrong, I will cry. But again, it's thinking about it creatively. And I want to do a few tables, I know, over the next few months. So my coffee table's looking a little bit worse for wear, shall we say.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what can I do with resin to make it special? Now, I know that's going to use an awful lot of resin, but any projects that haven't worked out, you know what? They're going to go into that table.
Just put them in there.
And that way it's not wasted. Because I think that's the thing. If you can keep on playing with it until you get something that you're happy with, eventually you'll get something you're happy with.
Yeah, I've been looking at doing a river table. But I thought I would just get a couple of little tiny pieces of wood first, and then just do a little mold and just try it and just to see.
Yeah, do it as a coaster first. So get a square coaster.
Yeah,
and try it first.
Cool.
Biggest advice with that is make sure you use deep pour. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong.
Because it will
get the one-to-one resin.
The wood first, and
you've got loads of deep pour, actually, haven't you? You never use it, so you've got loads.
Yeah, I could do that. We can have lots of little wooden cables around the house.
Yeah. Well, I've got a lot that I need to adapt because, again, I used to be into my wood carving, and I got like slabs of tree. And one of my favorite things to do was literally just sand everything down, get a nice smooth finish, keep the bark on it so it looks natural. And I've got those as like little side tables around. Now, one of them naturally cracked, and it scared the living daylights out of me. So everybody sat there watching telly, and these cookies, they can just crack when they get used to the central heating and you don't realize it. So it was this big cookie table. It must be 24 inches wide, which is amazing as one cookie. And there's me just sat there watching telly, and it went crack, and it let off such a loud noise. I literally jumped out of the settee.
I'd have been on the ceiling, wouldn't I?
But that natural crack, now I'm thinking, what can I fill it with resin?
Yeah.
That will actually add to that effect. So I'm thinking maybe like a little ocean scene or something like that with a shark swimming coming out the table. What you could do,
here, I've got it.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen Star Wars?
Yes.
Right. The Death Star, stay on target.
The trench
stay
run.
on. Yes. Do that. That's cool.
I'm not really in Star Wars though, so. I'll watch them, but I won't watch them over and over.
I think there's a problem.
I thought he said he doesn't really like them. Yeah.
I like watching them, but I'm not what you would call a super fan, shall we say?
I don't understand.
And then we get silence. Oh, Lisa's upset by that as well, that I'm not a massive Star Wars fan. Oh, dear.
We're going to ask the serious questions now.
Okay.
Right. Where do you stand on Lord of the Rings?
I like Lord of the Rings more. I couldn't watch them all back to back, though, because that will send me
Whoa. What?
I couldn't watch them all at once back to back. I think I'd limit myself to probably one Lord of the Rings film a day.
She's watched them all one after the other.
Wow. I tell you what, that's an achievement.
And it's the extended.
Yeah.
The extended ones.
Yeah, but there is no other edition.
There is.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Have you incorporated it into your resin work yet, Lord of the Rings?
No.
Ah.
No, but plug. On March the 6th next year, we are doing a collaboration.
Wow.
World Book Day.
Yeah.
That's planned a long way in advance, I was going to say.
I am a little planner, aren't I?
Yeah, you are queen of planners.
How far in advance have I planned our videos?
Oh, all of next year. The whole year was planned.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not like each video, but it's like
Yeah.
this week we will do
The X, Y, Z, and
like I've got what we got in January. We've got Celestial, Galaxy, Aurora, Stained Glass.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's
Yeah.
sort of what you're doing over the next few weeks then?
For the whole year, I've got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next year. Yeah, I'm very
Yeah,
sad.
I get no say in this whatsoever. She goes, right, you are doing this week.
That is so not true. Right.
I think she'd alternate. I think she'd alternate. So Nikki goes one week and then Kurt the next.
Yeah.
Then here's what would happen, right? Our video's due at 4 o'clock. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he'd be like, I think we should do it on. We'll just do it with UV. Every video would be UV. Every single video. Big giant pieces, UV.
I plan ahead. I've got Valentine's there.
That's because I said to you.
Exactly.
Get
So
your
you
Valentine's
went,
done.
you're doing this.
I did. I went, we're going to do that. You need to plan it. And you're doing it.
See,
Yeah.
I'm one of
So
those where I have a plan and then I can't sleep at night because a new idea pops in my head and then that takes over that plan.
You had a really good plan, didn't you? Because you text me.
I
was at work. She texted me. She said, "I've got an amazing plan for you when you come
so
back."
good.
And then I come back and goes, "Okay, tell me about this plan." She went, "I forgot."
Still haven't remembered.
You still haven't.
It was genius. I mean, it was like, it wasn't, I mean, it could have been the thing, but I don't know.
We'll never know now.
I have no idea. Anyway.
You'll watch a video, sir, and somebody will have done
it. They'll have stolen.
Yeah.
They'll have sucked it out of my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that before where I planned a video and I've even done the project and then I've seen somebody else release that video that I was about to do on that day. And I'm like,
so rude.
I'm going to either have to reschedule, otherwise they'll think I'm copying, or I'm going to have to come up with a brand new video.
No, I don't do that. No, I can't do that. That's definitely no. I mean, our video, I mean, we've got up to, I think we're actually scheduled up to the first week of January now, aren't we?
We've got the videos for
and then
New Year's, but we've got to do the audios for them.
Yeah, but they're done.
Oh, yeah,
I won't change. I'm like, if 10 minutes before our video goes out, someone else has got exactly. I'm like, oh well, never mind. Snap.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much the same as you now. I've got it done up until 1st of Jan, I think, now, my scheduled content, which is great. And obviously those that are members to the channel can watch that in advance, which is great for them. But I know that and I've done quite a lot because I really want to grow this year. And I've literally every 2 days now until the 1st of Jan, there's a new video coming out. So there's been a lot of work going into it. And I think that's one of the biggest things when people don't realize how much time goes into the editing of the videos, even a basic one. So a 15-minute video can be 2-3 hours worth of editing.
Especially when she's
literally
done the recording,
no
because
effort
it is
goes
ridiculous.
into editing at all. Here's what happens. Here's how I make a YouTube video. I record, and then I send all my video files to a folder, and then I talk over the video, and then that's it. It's so easy.
Or what she'll do is she'll spend the whole day recording, but not pause it. She'll just record everything she's done through the day, and then she'll go, right, I've done 3 projects. They're in this video somewhere. Can you find them? And then just cut them.
I did that one time. He proper told me, he was like, you're not pressing record ever. So what I did is I thought, right, well, I'll just start recording at the start of the day, and I can just run until the camera fills up.
I've had it before, though, as well, where the memory runs out on the phone. And you're like, you don't realise because you're so fixated on what you're doing in the project. And then you're like, oh dear. So the last half an hour hasn't been recorded, but and then you've got to go back and either do it again or just apologise in the video and say, sorry, battery ran out.
Or in my case, didn't press record.
Didn't press record, yeah.
It's one of those things where I think sometimes when you're being creative, you get lost in that moment, don't you? And you don't think about, is my sound perfect? Is the camera angle perfect? And some of my early videos, the video work was shocking. And I'm surprised I got any views. It was that bad. Literally, like the woodcarving ones, all you'd see is like sawdust going in front of the camera and nothing else.
I think, though, to be honest, if we put out a video where I had recorded every single little bit. Is it even our video? Is it even from us? They'd be like, that's an imposter.
An imposter because it's
all
there. You can see the whole
He's
process.
replaced Nikki with an imposter. Because the whole thing's in focus. There's no arm. Yeah.
I could just paint my nails purple and pretend to be you.
Oh, that could be an interesting video,
hands.
Kurt.
Yeah.
You've got man hands.
So have you.
I've got man hands.
You can't tell with gloves. It's fine. Large black gloves.
Yeah. I could paint the gloves purple. Actually, you've got purple gloves now, so...
They're mine.
Yeah.
What you say? You can't have them.
Ooh, okay.
I think at least people that are tuning into this now know that you two are exactly as you are in the commentary, which is brilliant. I think people are getting to know you now.
Literally, it is. So how we are sat now is how we record the videos. We just sit here, look at it, and just chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just. I think in the very first ever voiceover, there's probably an effort to be proper.
Yeah.
But you're the one you did.
No, the first one we did together. But it didn't. It lasted about 10 minutes into the video, and then that was it.
Yeah, it did. Then we went off on a tangent.
Yeah, we just reverted to normal.
Whilst you're here, actually, can I do a test with you both? Because I bought this is the microphone that I use when I film. It's just one of these little wireless ones, and I bought myself a new respirator because.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I
go on then.
I'll show you. What are these?
Oh dear.
Standard, pretty standard, but I also wear glasses sometimes, and that's a real problem.
Yeah.
I can't put my glasses in, and also these plastic straps just are not comfortable when you're doing a half-hour project for an hour.
That's what I use.
Yep.
That's what we use.
So
I found this one on Amazon a couple of days ago, and it's a slightly different brand. It's one I've not heard of. Go Moi, I think it is, but it comes with fabric straps, which are like
okay, yeah.
And the bit that goes around your mouth feels a little bit softer. So I was thinking for longer projects, this might be good. But I want to test if you can still hear me.
We can hear you. Yeah.
So here we go.
That's pretty much the same sort of thing as this one. Yeah.
Yep. So can you still hear me, or is it clear, or very muffled?
It's quite clear that you've got a mask on, but you are still. We can still hear you.
Okay, that's good to know. So I can mix and match, because again, what I've found is when I'm doing a video, if it's really muffled, it will then take me 3 times as long to edit the video because I take the voice out and I do a voiceover. Yeah. But then if it's a 30-minute video, that's another 45 minutes of me doing a voiceover.
Yeah. So I couldn't possibly record live.
I want one of those space helmet ones. Have you that?
With the little pack on the back.
Oh, we had those during COVID.
They're about £800
right at the start. Yeah, right at the start. They're fantastic though.
They look amazing.
You actually feel like, you actually during COVID, but that's the sort of that's what we had originally, and then they decided that actually that paper mask and April will be fine.
Yeah.
We went from being like this, like dressed up in a dog's dinner, to paper mask.
I first saw them. I think it was Evan and Caitlin, their channel, which is obviously huge. But I first saw them on there, and then I looked into it because I'm starting to take it really seriously now. And then I saw the price, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, no.
I'm not paying £800 for one.
So
really
they
expensive.
are.
You wouldn't be able to move around in here with that.
No.
And you'd be spilling more stuff on yourself.
I don't spill anything on myself.
Oh, I just thought actually what I might try is this is magnet. So I might be able to get the mic on the inside of the respirator.
I was going to say, I'm trying to think who it was. Somebody I watch actually puts their microphone inside the respirator. I can't think of it. Have another go.
But that would sound weird though, because it would be like scratching on the inside of the mask, and
it probably is going to be quite echoed. But here we go.
It's going to sound like Darth.
I've managed to get it in. So, how does that sound? Is that better or worse?
That's worse. That sounds like you've got one of like from the like one of those 80s things where they go.
Yeah, you sound like someone from the
Like
80s to market. Who? We've got one of those.
Yeah, maybe not then.
No.
Yeah, no, definitely no.
Everyone's saying so. Yeah, I'll stick to having it on the outside. I think.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah, it might be Steve McDonald.
He does. Yeah, you can tell he's wearing a mask, but yeah, it's not distorted or anything. But you're scaring me.
You're scaring me. Who, me?
No,
I think it's my voice through the mask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do a band though, couldn't you?
Why?
I don't know. I'll have a think. You could though.
You could do, but why would you want to?
Don't be pedantic.
It's not pedantic. I'm just right.
Oh, apparently it's great for death metal vocals, so I might try that. Maybe that could be a new channel.
There you go.
Or
band.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, thanks for letting me test that out. So I've got a bit of feedback on the mic. I'll tell you what, if they could invent a respirator with a microphone, a wireless microphone inbuilt, it'd be perfect for creators on YouTube.
We could do, yeah.
Crack on.
Because my bike helmet
Make it so.
Got an inbuilt microphone in them, or you can actually put one in them. So I don't see why you couldn't do it for a.
There you go. Let's get on Dragon's Den. Let's get it sorted.
Yeah.
It's a lot of effort.
But you know what? There's a lot of creators out there that use, and I'm not just talking resin.
No,
I'm talking woodwork. I'm talking anything like that. Welding, metalworks. I bet they would sell pretty well if somebody could figure out a way to do it where it wasn't that Darth Vader style like we've just had.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Darth Vader?
Nothing's wrong with Darth Vader. I wouldn't necessarily want him commenting throughout the whole video.
I was going to say, can you imagine Darth Vader commenting on one of our videos?
Oh my god, that would be the dream. Living the dream if Darth Vader was commentating. Not the Bristol one. Not him. I'm talking about the original, James Earl.
So Darth and Yoda.
A bit difficult. He's dead now, but.
He could do. Maybe there's an idea for Father's Day. Do a resin piece with a Darth Vader helmet on, with the Darth Vader voice, and he is your father throughout the whole video.
I have actually got.
We've actually got a helmet downstairs.
A Darth Vader helmet.
Yeah.
And a Luke Skywalker helmet, and a Mandalorian helmet.
Yeah.
Wow. I can see why you were slightly offended when I said I wasn't the biggest fan then earlier.
It's okay. You redeemed yourself. You said Lord of the Rings is okay. I'm a bit confused by the whole can't watch them back to back. But other than that, it's fine. It's fine.
I like Lord of the Rings. They're all about 3.5 hours long. So if you watch like 2 back to back, that's 7 hours of straight viewing. And I just can't concentrate for that long.
It's just an advert for the
Stop it.
New Zealand Tourist Board. It is. It's way too long.
Not listening.
There you go, Gert, saying that you'd love her hubby, Nick.
There you go.
Does he like Lord of the Rings? Can we trade then?
Well, this is turning into a very different Q&A now. It's like resin swingers right now.
It's like
Kirk for sale.
What is it? Resin wife swap?
No. No, not swapping me. I'm swapping you.
Oh.
You're not my wife.
No.
Well then.
No, I'm not. Star Wars. Oh, he likes Star Wars. Yeah.
Trade off. I get motion sick if I watch too many movies at once.
Yeah. Do you know what? I love watching a film, but again, I just like it's the same with when I do resin work. I like it to switch off from the rest of the world. And you know what? If it's a good film, you'll literally just focus on that film for an hour and a half. And not worry about anything else. And it's the same with resin and stuff like that. If you're focusing on a project, it takes you away from everything else that's happening sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think it's great for that.
The one thing I would say about resin is because I was always told that I wasn't like crafty or creative or artistic and all that kind of stuff. I was always like the logical kid in my family. And once I started doing this, turns out actually Even
Yeah,
if you
you are.
don't think you're creative, you probably quite are.
I think everybody is.
I think
It's
you are,
just
Yeah.
some people find that they are, and some people don't. And I think there's
And
probably
some
people
people
out
have it
there.
encouraged.
Yeah, I think there's probably
So-
people out there that would be amazing artists. They've just never tried it.
Yeah.
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 And that I was quite lucky that when I was about 14, I was very much into Warhammer and Games Workshop. And the reason why it wasn't just the little figures and battling and things like that, it was because when I was 15, I lived quite near the headquarters because I'm based in Nottingham. And it was the only place I could get served a beer at the age of 15 and go and battle.
Nice.
And then when I got to like 16, 17, I kind of lost that interest a little bit because I could get served elsewhere. But it really got me into like spending like 2 weeks painting one little piece like this, stroke after stroke with a paintbrush. And I think that's where the creative side of me started.
Yeah. Yeah. So mine's quite a recent thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I do enjoy it.
Yeah, I quite enjoy it because I like doing the microing. So I like doing really big pieces and just sitting there and just focusing on that because it's just a nice thing to do at the end of the day as well, just to wind down. We've
got is it the Green Man mold, Green Man tree mold thing? And honestly, if I put that in front of him and go, Micah, that 3 hours, peace and quiet.
How do you do it? Do you just brush the mica on, or are you one that mixes the alcohol with it as well when you paint it on?
That one I've done I just mica it, but I would actually like to try doing the alcohol on that because you just put it on, you drop it on, don't you, and just let the alcohol evaporate, and then it's just on there.
Depends how you want to do it. I found when I do that, I mix it different consistencies for the effect I want. So it's a bit like when I used to do Games Workshop, you'd get your proper paints and then you get your washers. And you can almost create the same effect by adding a lot more alcohol, and then it will go in all the cracks and nooks and crannies. And then you can highlight it again by doing a slightly thicker consistency in a pot when you paint over it.
I'll give that a go. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of paints, so I can have a go doing a lot of washes and that as well, mixing in a pot.
I mix it in a pot.
Yeah.
What, the alcohol?
Yeah, alcohol and mica.
Oh, yeah, you've done it, haven't you?
When I did your brain. Not his actual brain, just to be clear.
That was
it's a little
brain and a skull.
Yes.
Because when we first started doing it, we got so many skulls around the house now. It's unreal.
I've just done my first, actually.
I love skulls.
Just done my first. I think it came out pretty cool. Look at this little guy.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
And it was meant to be a bloom. But I forgot, because I had it lent like that, the whole thing shifted. And now it just looks like he's got hair coming out the back.
I've got one very similar to that effect.
It looks like so the very first skull I did was for my lad for Christmas, and he likes the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I painted like the face and that green and red, and then I did a clear for about an inch or so at the top of the head, and then with my 3D printer, I printed off a load of ha-ha-has, so the HA in the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker's sort of logo, isn't it?
Yeah, and then put those into the skull, and then just did a black sparkly paw, so that when you turned it over, they actually look as if they're moving around.
Yeah, it was
really good, actually.
Yeah, it was a really good. I was really pleased with that as well. That was my very first time of actually doing something like that. And it was, I think that's what sparked me doing it like that.
What started you on clay? I can't remember.
I think you bought some, and I thought I'll have a go at that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I bought some.
That's right.
I bought some, and then it sat in the cupboard, and then he was like, "Oh, you've got some clay, haven't you? I want to have a go." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then he used
I can't remember what we did it for first. We did it for a collaboration, I think.
The autumn one.
The scarecrow. Yeah.
I wanted a scarecrow, but it had to have a pumpkin head.
Yeah.
He spent ages making this really good head. It was ever such a good head, and I said, "Oh no, I want a pumpkin."
I wanted Like
If you had a pumpkin, it's a bit like
scarecrow.
the Headless Horseman, isn't it? That often had a pumpkin as a head. I think.
That's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I spent ages making this scarecrow's head with the straw and everything. She said, I don't want that. I want a pumpkin. So
He literally went,
just
okay then.
That's why I can't do clay, because my 6-year-old, she loves the Play-Doh and stuff like that. But the biggest thing that she loves is mixing everything together. And if I left a piece of clay on the side, I guarantee you it would be squished straight away.
I nearly said something then that I couldn't. I
No, I know what you're going to say.
You knew
as
what I
well.
was going to say. I can't. It's to do with Christmas, and I can't say it.
No,
Oh,
I nearly did.
no. But if you're watching,
Our granddaughters will watch this. You see.
yeah, so we
Aw.
can't say anything yet.
So I nearly
How
said
old are
something. Nearly 9 and 5.
oh, mine's just
I have
turned
to say.
6.
I have to say nearly 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6.
Yeah,
did you say?
My youngest daughter, not granddaughter, but my youngest daughter just turned 6 yesterday. And then my eldest is 14. So I've got like a moody teenager at one end,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
one that still loves daddy and he's the best thing in the world at the other end. So it's a good
Yeah.
mix. But
Yeah,
no, it's,
no. Our granddaughters are lovely, but yeah, they're not at that point yet where.
oh, Tim's happy. He's put the faces to the voices now.
Hi, Tim.
Oh, hi Tim.
Yeah,
There's no getting away now. Everybody on YouTube knows who you are now. That's it.
that's it now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's the
That's next year's goal achieved.
achieved. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's it. Now we don't have to try it.
But I would
yes.
be very surprised if by the end of next year you don't have a few thousand subscribers. Genuinely, guys, if you keep doing what you're doing consistently, you're going to get there.
I would be very happy with 1,000. 1,000.
We'd have to-
1,00001. Just to be.
We'd have to
awkward.
do one of those things that.
We're not doing that one that Gert did.
No.
No, because she'll be like, right, what's the worst thing they've ever made? Make that again. Like, hell no.
Yeah.
Whatever you do as well, my biggest piece of advice: don't ever be tempted by YouTube advertising to advertise your content.
Oh no, I'm
You
too
just
tight for
say
that.
people, and that's the thing. I got one of the suppliers that I did a review on one of the products, and they're like, "Can we advertise that for you?" I was like, "Yeah, go for it. If you're paying, why not?" And I didn't think about the ramifications, but I grew by like 1,000 subscribers in the space of a week, which I thought, "Oh, that's
Oh, wow.
amazing."
Yeah.
But the videos I posted after that had stopped weren't getting half as many views. And that's because YouTube works in some weird way where it goes out to your subscribers first. And every one of those 1,000 subscribers, so I've actually really only got 6,300 whatever rather than 7,000. But every one of those literally watched the video for 31 seconds and then that was it. And obviously, if it pushes my content out to them, they're not going to watch it now. So it can have a really detrimental impact on future videos. So I wouldn't ever advise it unless you're like a mega star or something like that.
So in terms of growing, the way I look at it, is if it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. We enjoy doing it, so you know, and the granddaughters like watching it, so it's fun for that. Not everybody's going to like it. Not everyone's going to like us. That's also fine. Someone at some point is going to troll us, and I'm good with that because engagement is engagement.
Yeah.
I've had a few iffy comments, nothing majorly negative yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
It will happen. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. I literally don't care.
But at the end of the day, it's a hobby that we enjoy doing together.
Yeah.
And you know, it's as long as it just stays fun and that, you know, it's going to show really. So we just sit there, craft, and then we just turn around here and then edit the videos. And
I don't edit them. There's no editing. It's magic how it happens. I record things and then it just
how
appears.
How do you cut all those silences out? How does that work?
It's amazing. I just copy it in. We have a folder on the server, and it magically does something, and then it's ready to go. It's incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that magic called Kirk by any chance?
It is. Yes.
Aha.
Yes.
There we go.
Magic Kirk.
It's like the cleaning
Magic
fairy,
cup.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That sometimes comes around as well. They're amazing.
It's like the magic that cleans his desk.
It's really weird because I will leave that a right mess, and then I'll go away and I'll come back and it'll be really clean,
Magically clear.
It's a magic table.
I need to get one of those.
Yeah, they're great.
But yeah,
I leave stuff on there on purpose to see if it disappears, and it just
what
does.
was it? He wrote something on it the other. He wrote some. He had a bit of leftover resin. He wrote Kernix.
Yeah.
And I was like, really?
Yeah.
You're a demon.
I hope you saved it to put in a future creation.
I did actually. I actually recorded it as well.
You're not funny.
No, I am.
No, I've had you tested.
By who?
Your mum says you're not funny.
No, she does.
She says you're not funny.
She says I'm an angel.
So what would you say to anyone that's thinking about doing it, that just hasn't had the courage yet? Let's say they're doing craft. Let's say they're doing it at home. Let's say they're even watching everybody else's content and commenting, but just haven't plucked up the courage to do a video yet.
So I would say, just do it. Remember, it's called YouTube and not what everyone else is doing. YouTube. Do it. Do your video your way, however you want to do it. Don't do it for someone else. Do it for you. Do it the way you want to do it, and the right people will naturally just like it. I mean, unless literally nobody ever watches it, and then don't do it. Just don't do it.
Or think about how you're doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
I think
there's a lot of people that are just trying to do it just to make money, really.
Yeah, which is, fair enough, I suppose. But it's about I like authentic channels. I don't like this aesthetic.
Or the scripted.
I don't like all the scripted.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. It's just not. It's not my thing. That's not to say it's not someone else's.
Yeah.
So if that's how you make your video, great. Someone's gonna like it. Not me.
There's a video for everyone.
There's a video for
there
someone.
is, and don't get me wrong, it's like I've learned most of what I know from YouTube, if I'm being honest, with all of my crafts. Which is amazing. But there's some people that I watch that are perfectly polished. You can tell they've got an editing team, they've got a filming team, they've got absolutely everything. And I'll still watch those videos, don't get me wrong, but just to see how they've done everything. But then I think, did I enjoy that as much as watching real people that might mess up every now and then? It's like with mine, I'll put my fails out there as well as my successes. You know, whatever happens. And if that's the project I'm doing, it shows it's real. And that's the thing. I think I identify more with real people that don't perfectly edit. And that's why sometimes with a big channel, I'll go back and watch the earlier videos and actually prefer those.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, but I pretty much do all of that. So I do all the editing, all the mixing and that, and then we just do all the audio. You do the glamour shots at the end.
I am the overlord, and you are the monkey.
I'm the monkey. I've got that. That's on YouTube now.
Yeah, but it's on live. It's not going to be there forever.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, God.
The playback.
It is. People can play back whenever they want now.
We can take that bit out.
No.
I'll ban that page from your machine.
You will ban it from my machine?
Yeah.
I'd like to see you do that.
I'm going to take the plug
and if the grandkids now put to Monkey Happy Christmas, you know where it's come from and you know that they've watched this live.
Little one's going to do that now. Little human will do that now.
Yeah, if I get monkeys, there's going to be trouble.
Oh dear.
Oh, little humans, if you're watching, please get Grandad some monkeys.
No, they're going to draw me a monkey now, aren't they?
You've got to do that as your next craft project now. That's it. That's your theme.
We need to find a monkey. We can't do that as our next. No, our next theme is Galaxy Dreams.
That's all right. I can do a monkey.
A galaxy monkey.
A monkey thinking like that, dreaming of a galaxy.
You can do that now.
Yeah. It's going to have your face.
You can't have that much beauty in one project.
Okay, I'll take out the galaxy. Yeah.
You are a cheat.
But there we go. I think we've gone over an hour actually, which is good.
Wow.
It's been good to have a chat. It's been great to get to know you two a bit more as well. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to see, has anybody in chat got any more questions for Kirk or Nikki before we call it a day?
And does anyone want to take him off my hands? He's still going free.
Still doing
I'll
partner
even
swap.
throw in a bag of food.
I come with editing software.
Don't say that, they'll all want you.
Well, in that
No
case, you can
editing
come here,
software.
Kurt. You can do my editing. That's fine. Save me a job.
No, keep him.
Keep him.
Oh dear.
I like editing, but I like what I'm doing a saying, so I leave it in.
Yeah, that's the best
cool.
way.
Yeah.
That is the best way.
Yeah.
I like it when Tim bursts
And Ring
into
can't have
song.
monkeys in her apartment.
Oh,
Oh, I think that's gonna stick now. That's it.
That is, isn't it?
It's gonna stick.
you little monkey.
Oh, you little monkey.
They're gonna change the channel title to something with monkey, Nikki and Monkey channel or something.
That doesn't sound right.
No,
I don't think
I'm sure you
YouTube
come up
would
with
allow
something.
that would breach the community guidelines.
It could do. It could do. But no, have you guys got any questions for me or?
I don't think so. I think it's no. Just thank you for having us. Really.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah,
great.
thank you so much.
No, it's been great to
Yes.
have a channel at pretty much the start of your journey, I think, really, isn't it? So I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
as well as these big names out there in the craft and resin community. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a
I'm
channel
gonna
that's
use
going to
that.
grow.
Monk Nicks.
When we do an outtake video, that's going to be the name of the video.
Monk Nicks.
Monk Nicks.
But now, as I say, guys, it's been brilliant having you on. It's been great to
Thank
get
you
to
so
know you both.
much
And
for
again,
having us.
keep doing what you're doing with the content because I absolutely love it. And if you have anybody in chat or anybody watching this back hasn't seen one of your videos, which one would you recommend the most that they go and view?
Oh,
The snowman one.
the snow globe.
Yeah,
The one where you
have my hissy fit.
just
That I'm not allowed to
just
have.
as an update on the snow globe.
Oh,
In the video, I say where she sticks the snowman
we don't need to
to
tell anybody.
the silicon mold to the silicon bung. You shake it and it now just rattles around on the inside.
It's an added bonus. It's like one of those puzzle, like the 8-ball that you shake. This is like an added bonus.
And it gives
Can
you an
get
answer,
the snowman? Yeah. Can you get the snowman to sit in the right position?
Yeah. At the minute, he's on his side.
He's having a rest. He's very tired.
So it's a game now, isn't it? As well, it's multifunctional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Multifunction. Unlike yours, it just sits there going.
And looking stunning. Yeah.
From behind.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it around. But yeah, he's facing the wall at the minute. He's in the naughty corner.
Yeah.
You get to a point though when you get into resin where it takes over your house. I've got resin figurines everywhere in my living room.
This room
Absolutely
here used
everywhere.
to be my home office. It was great. I had the whole room, and then it started with I need somewhere to do a little bit. So we got a little table for her. She's like, I've got no room. And then she goes, right, I want to do some crafting over there. I need my own desk. So literally my workspace has shrunk by, I'd say, 75%. So we've got the workspaces all over there. We've got storage over the other side, and then we've got so much storage over there, it's unreal. And then we've got the your cricket and your whatever the silhouette as well. So yeah, so I'm now working like this
in a tiny little space. Yeah,
in a tiny little space now.
Just to be clear, you've got this much space and that big space there, and I have this much space. Shh.
But no, it's been brilliant having you guys on as well. And if anybody's watching it back as well afterwards, please like and subscribe to Kernix Creations as well as my channel as well. If you can, that'd be brilliant. And obviously these Q&As are going to happen every Tuesday. So looking forward to whoever wants to come up next as a guest. You know my details. Let me know. Gert, you're more than welcome.
Tim.
And we've got Claire to look forward to in the new year as well. I've got that in comments. So I'm going to hold us to that from Claire's Craft Recorder as well. But
that would be good, yeah.
It's been brilliant. I hope you guys like this sort of format as well, because I think it's just two people talking, really, or three in this case. But that's what it is. And I think that's where I think it shows people that watch this back that the people behind the channels are just real people at the end of the day.
Just normal people, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. And it's been brilliant. Hopefully it wasn't as daunting as you thought it was going to be.
No.
No. I mean, you said to me earlier, didn't you? Are you nervous? Because I wouldn't.
He's actually quite shy.
I am.
No, he is genuinely quite shy.
So yeah, doing this, it feels more like a job interview.
I bring him out of his shell.
Well, interestingly, that's what I do in real life.
What, job interviews?
I interview people. Yeah, I work in recruitment, so maybe that's why.
There you go.
Interesting you said that. Feels like a job interview.
If ever you need a really good network manager, he's an excellent network manager. Aren't you?
Yes, I am.
But no, it's been brilliant having you both on. And as I say, keep doing what you're doing, because I think you're going to have an amazing year next year. And I'm glad that we got you on this Q&A before you got to the 100,000 subscribers and didn't said, no, we're far too busy to come on.
When we get to 100,000, we'll come back.
Okay, well, there you go. I've got that on video as well now. So we'll see you at Makers Central next year with a stand, and then we'll get you both on it.
That's it. Well, we're definitely going to Makers Central anyway.
Are you definitely going next year?
Yeah.
I need to book holidays, but I'm going to go this year as well, because it looks really good, and I think it'd be a great networking opportunity for all of the.
We did last year, and it was really good. Yeah, it was really good fun.
Spent a bit of money though.
Yeah, but
hi, Nerd Goblin Art as well. Nice to see you popping in.
Hiya, Lula.
Love your little figurines, by the way, Nerd Goblin Art. I love the little caricatures that you do. I think they're amazing.
I just love her accent. I could listen to her all day. I have listened to her all day. I literally have. She makes me chuckle.
No, but that's brilliant. So I'm going to wrap this one up. But again, if anybody's watching it after this has gone out live, please subscribe to my channel, but also subscribe to Kernix Creations. I think we can get them over 100 subscribers in the next couple of weeks, to be honest. I think as soon as people see it, they will subscribe, and mark my words, that's going to happen for you. So, but I look forward to the next video as well, as always. And thank you, everybody in chat, for being here as well. And if it's after the chat, share it. Let's get it out there. Let's get Kernix Creations on the first 1,000 subscribers. Let's do it.
Thank you.
Brilliant. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.